Hey guys, thanks for joining me. You know who I am. I've titled this video, Think About Worst Case Scenario, for a reason. There's always a worst case scenario in everything in life. Even, driving your car, you have a car insurance because worst case you have a crash and you need to pay for damages. Breakdown insurance, worst case scenario you break down and you need breakdown people to come. Home and building insurance, again, something goes wrong for house fire, gable end wall collapses, that's the worst case scenario. Now you may never ever have a broken down car, you may never ever have a crash in your car, you may never ever have a house fire or collapsing gable end, but you always think about worst case scenario, and what you do is you make sure you do your best to ensure it can't happen by weighing up everything, making sure your car's safe and making sure your house is alright, just things like that. It's worst case scenario you want to try and avoid. This video's come about because I've been watching some YouTube videos. We've got a lot of new flyers coming in, we're flying the Mini 1, the Mini 2, the Mini 3. Now in the UK, CAA regulations pretty much let you fly the Mini series wherever you like. And that's opened up a whole heap of problems. From watching the videos I've seen, people are just now basically flying where they want without actually any regard for what the regulations actually are. Now, I will defend your right to fly your Mini 1, 2 and 3 anywhere. If someone comes up to you and says, you shouldn't be flying that here, if you can fly that there and it's safe to do so, I will defend your right to the death. I saw a video of someone, I'll be made nameless, flying there, I'm assuming a Mini, over a town centre. Now, I don't think the pilot could see the quad once it took off, unless he was stood on a really tall building. He may have been. It may have been a safe flight, but I'm not quite sure. But I'll use it as an example. He flew then over the town centre. He flew over main roads, he flew over people, he flew over buildings and property. And again, he's perfectly entitled to make that flight. The CAA says he can make that flight. The problem is if he's on the ground, that quad is immediately, once it goes behind a building, completely out of sight, and all he can see is what's on his screen. So worst case scenario, here's one which is extreme but makes my point. He's flying his quad, it starts to lose power, it's not lifting up, it starts to drop down, the motors are spinning, it hits someone in the face and gouges out their eye, because those props can be lethal. Another worst case, it comes down in traffic flow. The driver of the car that it lands on flinches to the left, drives into a bus stop full of people and kills somebody. Worst case scenario. It will never happen. Only in a movie will that kind of thing happen. That's what you think. But that's the worst case scenario. And if you are flying your quad, you have to think about what is the worst case scenario. And if you can consider a worst case scenario that would cause any kind of trouble, then really you shouldn't be taking that flight. You really want to just think carefully. If I fly like this, doing this, is it safe? Will it cause a problem? Not just will it cause a problem, but if the CAA see the video and start looking at all the other videos, you could end up then having the CAA bring in even tighter regulations, literally, to stop you from making these kind of flights. They may also track you down through your video channel and come and find you. But if you lose your quad while you're flying over a town centre, you're going to go home, you're going to sit there going, lost me quad. The next thing you know, because you got your operator ID on the drone, the police will just track you, come knock on your door, you'll answer the door, there's a policeman, is this your quad? Yeah, right, okay, well this quad came down in traffic and because of that someone's dead. You are going to be responsible. It's going to be your fault because you made a stupid flight. A flight that really you shouldn't have made because you didn't weigh up all the pros and cons before making that flight. Am I trying to frighten you? Yes, I'm trying to frighten you because I'm trying to make you understand you are required by CAA rules to fly safely, to make sure your flight is safe to do so. And if it's not, then don't do it. There are so many videos, just Google search drone town centre or drone, in the area that you live in, you will see so many videos of people flying over town centres, flying beyond visual line of sight. Okay, I'll put my hands up. Yes, I have flown beyond visual line of sight. If you look back a couple of videos, you will see that one there. Where's it gone? This one here. The flight over Killington Lake. All right, but look at the video. I'm over a lake I'm over fields, I'm over grasses and islands. If worst case I get hit by a bird, where's it going to come down? Either in the drink or on a field. It's not going to cause a problem. I do a lot of long distance flying, but I have 2 places where I fly where I know if worst case happens, it's going to come down in the canal or in the fields. It's not going to hit anybody. But if you're going to insist on flying your quad over town centre areas, away from where you are, from your house, and fly somewhere where you can't see that quad anymore, and it comes down and it hits somebody or it causes an accident, that is the worst case scenario.